it up from the table.
Yeah, we got a light crowd tonight. Why don't you come up, Eric?
Go up there, keep that seat.
Todd. Anybody else that's going to be a
I'm
part
going to
of it?
leave that other meeting here.
Okay,
We
we'll
have
wait.
Jared.
Jared, council, why don't you come on up and sit next to us today?
Oh, wow.
Just in case we have some camera time for you.
You pointed
Just in
to
case
something.
anybody
Yeah,
says
yeah,
that they should.
Okay, welcome to study session. It's June 20th, Wasatch County School District, and we have a nice agenda of items. We'd like to excuse a few board members today for being out of town during the summer. Board Member Dickerson and Bluth. We should have Board Member Holmes and Mary Ann Allen comments shortly. But today we'll start with a policy review with turn the time over to Dr. Campbell, and he'll go over that. And then we also have some curriculum that we will also review by Todd Johnson and Garrick. I think he's going to be for. Are you going to help out with any of this, or are you just watching and making sure everything goes as planned?
I'll just flip to another meeting.
Okay. I knew you were saying something that you had to do. I didn't know if it had to do with this meeting or another meeting. Okay, so we'll excuse you for that. All right, Dr. Campbell.
Okay, thanks. So as we talked about before, I'll just come to the study session before policies are on the agenda to be approved, just for an opportunity to ask questions and go over things. What I just hand out to you is just a quick kind of brief what changes were made in some of these policies. All these are HR policies. We have 6. So I'll just kind of go through them as they're listed on this page. So the first one we have is personal leave. Really on this one, what we did is we just changed the name. It used to be leave of absence. Per negotiations last year, we moved for personal leave from 3 days to 5 days that you guys negotiated with both groups, or with the teaching certified group last year, and then we just added an explanation on how the time rolls to the following year as it relates to personal leave. They become sick leave. The next policy was sick leave licensed. Again, there was a name change to from certificated to licensed employee, and then the only other changes before we said they may give a doctor's note after 10 days, and now we said it is a requirement after 10 days of sick leave that they're to give a doctor's note. Any questions about either of those two? Or
No.
Moving on. Okay, so the next one that we have is sick leave educational for educational support professionals. This was a change also per negotiations from classified personnel to educational support professionals. So we changed that in the title. Also, we explained that they must be eligible for URS to earn the sick leave. So that means they need to reach a certain level of hours a week. And then also they will also require a doctor's note after 10 days of sick leave. So the next one is the sick bank license. This again with just some clarifications that they need to declare each year, elect to go into the sick bank, and also clarifies that all PTOs should be used before petitioning sick bank, meaning that they would need to use their personal days and before they could, and their own sick days before they could request using the sick bank days. The next one is the sick bank educational support professionals, really the exact same things as for the sick bank licensed. So there's really, those are pretty much the same. And then we are going to ask, even though it's on the board agenda tonight, to table the vacation policy. We would just like to review that a little bit more, since that will be a new policy. We want to look at it some more of the wording before we bring it before the board.
So is there not a vacation policy right now?
There is not a formal vacation policy. And then the last one is the bereavement policy. We just changed the bereavement days to not come out of the sick leave, again, per negotiations. I believe that was last year also.
Yep. Sounds straightforward to me. Any questions? Board Member Holmes?
Did you say it was
this year.
So policy number 21 we're tabling.
Eric, it's really minor, but it's just education support professionals instead of educational support.
Okay, thank you.
On both of those.
So, yeah, we will,
Find and replace.
yeah, find and replace that real quick. Thank you. Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you for that overview. That will help during the board meeting tonight. Appreciate all your work, Dr. Campbell. Okay.
Tom.
I have that as well.
It's-
I worked at a bar in my prior life.
So, these are proposed curriculum renewals. They are all one-year renewals. And, the textbooks that are on the agenda for tonight, are outlined on this spreadsheet. And so, the first one is from, the publisher McGraw-Hill, and the name of the software actually is Achieve 3000. And we use Achieve 3000 primarily at Wasatch High School for reading support and for English language learning support. And the thing that I'm most pleased with Achieve 3000 is the way Kim Foy's been using it in her EL classes. And last year we celebrated 23 high school students graduating from EL services. That's awesome. And so I feel confident in supporting Achieve 3000, particularly for that cause. The next one on the list, and these are listed in the same order as on the board agenda. And so the next publisher is Benchmark, and the textbook's name is Advance. And this is elementary K-5 language arts curriculum. And the reason why we like Advance is listed in the description, and primarily because of its rigor at grade level for comprehension, vocabulary, and writing, and its integration with social studies and science. And I love that it's emphasizing informational text. That's what the researchers are telling us that our students need, is a good handle on informational text, and we feel like Benchmark is an excellent choice for that. The other reason why we like it is because it's coupled with Adelante, which is the Spanish DLI side of Benchmark Advanced. So those two books work cooperatively in teaching English and Spanish.
I'm guessing the reason why you don't like it is the price.
You know what? Yeah, that price is expensive, but at the same time, we felt like that this one-year edition was an economical choice for the board, because if we went with the upgrade, it would be about 4 times that expensive.
We like the price.
So,
It's for a lot of students, it's for all 5 elementaries.
The next proposal is Explore Learning, and this is Gizmos and Reflex, and it's also software support. Gizmos for science, Reflex for math. Reflex is used solely in our elementary schools for math fact fluency. And Gizmos reproduces science experiments where students are able to manipulate variables and go through the experiments using the software. And we use that in elementary and in our middle schools. Timpanogos Middle School uses Gizmos. Gizmos has also been referred to us from some of the higher performing collaborative teams in the state. So we like to look at what has been successful among high performing collaborative teams and feel like that's the PLC model. And so we're trying to use some of the same curriculum that they are. Next listed is investigations, and that's distributed by Mountain State School Book Depository. And that's another expensive one because it serves so many students. But investigations is K-5 math, and we like investigations because it solidifies conceptual math understanding on seen improved test score results in our district connected with this resource. So good so far. These are all consumables, and the varied amounts in the exhibit that's been submitted to you is based on the number of consumables each school has ordered. Some schools may have some leftover consumables and not be ordering as much as other schools. Any questions so far on any of this? Okay, next then is IXL. IXL is the most popular request from our schools this spring. Brett and I have fielded multiple calls from many of our schools asking for this support. We like it because it is good for practice based on identified standards. And we likewise have seen improved learning because of this practice. We are a little cautious with this and pass this on to our teachers that even though IXL is excellent for practice, it is never meant to substitute primary learning, which is delivered by the qualified instructor. And so there is some tendency with software for teachers to look for software programs and resources to deliver primary instruction, but we've seen that never works. Used correctly, however, is very successful. Mystery Science is next. We had the opportunity this year to sample Mystery Science. Old Mill Elementary capitalized on that, and that's why the renewal is directed towards Old Mill Elementary along with Wasatch Learning Academy. Mystery Science is a discovery education product, and we like Mystery Science because it's engaging, it's easy to use, and it's directly connected to Utah SEED standards. And then finally, the big publisher here is Savvas, and from Savvas we use My Perspectives language arts curriculum in grades 8 through 12. And that's the lion's share of the bill from Savvas. We also purchase our AP texts from science in biology, U.S. government, physics, and then My Math Lab is software that's supporting our AP statistics class. And so those will be the proposed recommendations tonight.
That's great. Appreciate the overview. I don't have any additional questions. Any comments from the group? I appreciate all the work that goes into looking at the curriculum and the feedback that goes from the teachers to the administrators back and forth to different committees. We couldn't do it without the thorough review and recommendation, so thank you.
Thank you. Just one more thing of note. We're trying to cycle back, looking at our different curriculums on a consistent basis, and we're planning on reviewing math next year.
Okay.
So that may be coming up again.
Last time we reviewed math, there was some changes, right?
Yeah. So,
Okay. But you don't foresee any major changes. These are add-ons or recommendations that fall in line with the way things are currently being done.
yeah,
Just something
and to add to that, significant change in philosophy in teaching and learning, where we are really focusing on our PLCs and understanding that there isn't a program, there's not a curriculum that solely affects student learning. What affects student learning is the competency of the teacher and the way that they collaborate with other teachers and learn from those that are getting the best results. So understanding that these resources are sometimes expertly coupled by our best educators with multiple resources in identifying what students need to use in practice, but the director is not the curriculum, the director is the teacher.
Yeah. No, well said. And then, like Corey said, these larger ticket items or the larger prices, they're in the budget. that's a question.
It is.
I assume that. So if you wanna mention that tonight with their budgeting,
Great.
that'd be helpful. Just so the public will know that we've reviewed these and they're already in the budget. And so as we move quickly through these items, Corey and I can feel good about approving them.
Fantastic, will do.
All right. Anything else in the group? We're not gonna later down, so we'll adjourn this study session. We have some things to do, administrative items before board meeting, so we'll go upstairs and then we'll be back here at 6:30.